people are always saying something. I mean, it's just whether the talk is constructive or non-constructive.
Right.
And you can just simply ask questions. When someone else is talking, what you should do is just listen to what the person is saying and then ask the basic questions. What is it that the talk is for? You can ask them. Just a simple question. You can say, look here, Henry, why are you telling me this? And don't help the person with the answer, because when you help the person with the answer, then it becomes might degenerate into an argument. Just ask the question and wait for the answer, because if a person is talking, they have a reason for talking. They have a reason for saying what they're saying, even if they say, "Well, I'm just saying something just to be saying something." Well, if the person is going to say that, let them say that. But then you will say, well, what am I supposed to do with the information that you're giving me? Because all talk is supposed to be for constructive information. It's supposed to serve some constructive purpose. It depends on the intent of the person. Sometimes some people talk just to be talking.
Well,
they
that's what I'm
can't
saying,
stand
yeah.
silence.
Right.
So if a person can't stand silence, they can tell you that. You can say, well, Jack, well, why are you saying these things to me? And say, oh man, I'm just talking, man. I mean, I like to talk. I mean, and I'm not trying to make no sense out of nothing. I'm not trying to be serious or nothing. I'm just talking. I mean, I just like to talk, and I get nervous if I'm not talking. So now you got your answer. Oh, you just like to talk. You get nervous if you are not talking. Doesn't make any difference what you're saying. You just get nervous if you're not talking. Is that the message you're sending me? And if a person says yes, then you say, okay. But then what you should do, what we all should do, what I should do, is be around people that when they say something, you learn something that you might can use for a constructive reason. I have noticed down through the years, people who have a tendency to gravitate toward people who are always saying something that is beneficial, saying something that's constructive, saying something that can be used in a constructive manner. And I found, even at a young age, that the fellows that I was around, if they went around other people who were always saying something or doing something that had a constructive result, that those people, the fellows that I was around, became constructive people. Because if you're around people who are always talking about something constructive, like if you sit around talking to people or listening to people who are always talking about the stock market, you might just learn something about the stock market that you didn't know before. But if you just sit around people who are always just talking about, I don't like this MF, I don't like this SOB, and and so and so and so and so on, and I'm going to whip so and so and so and so on, and people who are just using a lot of four-letter words and just talking endlessly, you're not going to learn very much. And not only that, you might get to the place where you'll be talking just like the people that you're around.